Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Movie Theater Lobby. I'm Brandon.
I'm Leia.
And we've got another What You Did Say kind of episode for you today.
Yes.
Which means review-ish.
Yeah, this is just our thoughts on this. Yeah.
And all that jazz.
Yeah. In a
Spoilers
kind of plot
everywhere.
style,
Yeah.
let's go through it and talk
Kind of a
about it
beat
as
by
we
beat.
go. Yeah.
All right. So, with that in mind, Leia, what one are we talking about today?
This is a fun one. This is the 2014 film Creep.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a weird one,
It is
but it's a good one. And it's
super low budget.
super low budget. It's a found footage tape. So if you like found footage tapes,
Yep.
this is a really good one.
This is really good.
Yep. And it's only got 2 actors, technically 3.
Technically 3. Yeah.
But 2 like main actors and that's it.
Yeah.
That's their budget.
So Patrick Bryce,
Yep.
who's credited as the director, even though they both kind of did directorial duties, Patrick Bryce did get the directorial credit.
He did.
And
Yeah.
he plays Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Duplass.
Yep.
They both share a writing credit.
Sure.
Because they both came up with the idea. He
Mhm.
plays Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
And Katie Aselton,
Yep.
who is married to Mark Duplass,
Yep.
lends her voice.
To the phone call in the
Yeah.
film. So
But that is it. That's the
it.
cast and crew right
Yep.
there.
to top it off, this was only filmed in 1 week with only a 5-page outline.
Yeah.
So a lot of the scenes where they're talking back and forth is really just them
Yeah,
talking.
it's pretty much all improvised.
Yeah, it's coming up with stuff as they go, and then they
Yeah.
just kept what they wanted and took out what they didn't. I mean, like we're doing right now, kind of
Yeah.
a thing, where they're just talking back and forth
Yeah.
and coming up with shit.
Conversational.
Yeah.
And it really worked for this film.
It did.
The idea for this film, initially it was supposed to be just sort of a really awkward social experiment. It wasn't.
It's still awkward.
Yeah, it's still very awkward. But it wasn't initially designed horror style. It was more just sort of like really, really uncomfortable. More like a thriller, less horror. Once they shopped this around and got Blumhouse to pick it up, that's when it kind of went more horror direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had done a ton of footage. They shot a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they tested it with some friends and family and stuff like that. And the friends and family then also started to notice more of a trend toward horror. And that's when...
Like this could get very horror-y very
then-
fast if you wanted it to.
Right. So then when Blumhouse picked it up, they're like, okay, let's really nurture this whole horror idea.
Yeah.
And that's where we got kind of the end result of the film.
Makes sense because, the film was inspired by character-driven dramas like My Dinner with Andre,
Mhm.
Misery, and Fatal Attraction.
Yeah.
And those actually, all of them kind of feature 2 main people
Mhm.
in the films.
Yep.
And it also had a lot to do with some of the strange Craigslist experiences he had over the years as
right.
well,
Yeah.
which I thought was
Oh.
kind of funny.
Oh, Craigslist.
So I bet you as a aspiring director, he had some run-ins with some strange ones.
Very like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of all got born out of Mark Duplass and Patrick Bryce just kind of talking about all their wild experiences. like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of claims that this film was shot for under $500.
Mm.
I can only find interviews with Mark Duplass where he says it was made for basically no money. I can never hear him say a hard dollar amount,
Yeah.
but it was funded just by them.
Maybe they had to rent the cabin.
That actually was Mark Duplass's cabin.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
And-
you didn't even have to rent a cabin
Yeah.
in the woods.
And when you see Aaron's apartment, that actually is genuinely Aaron's
maybe
apartment.
airline flights. I don't know.
So maybe, who knows?
But yeah, I could see that there
regardless,
wasn't probably a lot of
It was very
money.
very
thrown
little
into this
spent.
one. Yeah.
Let's get into kind of walking through the movie, yeah?
Yes.
We see Aaron, someone we will come to know as Aaron, driving in a car, off to meet a mysterious individual who hired him for $1,000 a day to simply just show up and film them for the day.
Mm-hmm.
8 hours of their time.
Yep. A very typical Craigslist.
Yeah.
ad.
Yeah. Very, very typical. Very mysterious. No details given.
Yeah. One that you look at and you go,
Right.
should
Yeah,
I?
is this
Should-"
real? Am I
He has
safe?
the same thought.
Am I gonna be dead at the end of the
Yes.
day? Aaron gets out of his car. He finds the place, gets out of his car, walks up to the house, knocks on the door, no one answers. Calls him on the phone, no one answers. So he's sort of hanging out by the front door. And he's kind of scanning around the front yard with his camera, and he sees an axe stuck into a stump.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
At a cabin in the woods.
At a cabin in the woods, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Fireplace, all that stuff. Sure.
Shouldn't be ominous in the least.
Still maybe a little bit ominous because you're meeting a random person off of Craigslist, but
if I saw an axe in the woods when I was meeting somebody, I would not think immediately I'm going to be killed with this axe.
But remember that axe. So after just a short bit of time, Aaron's feeling uncomfortable standing there. So he goes to his car. He figures it's better to wait in the car, maybe a little safer there.
Yeah.
So as he's there, just kind of waiting, he's kind of convincing himself, well, okay, this guy's not going to show up. Maybe I should just go home.
Yeah.
And then boom, there's a knock at his window. And standing at the window is this really big smiled guy. He's kind of got a big personality already. You just meet him. And he introduces himself as Joseph. He goes, "You're Aaron, right? I'm Joseph. Oh, this is going to be a great day."
He is your best friend.
Yeah, he's got big charisma.
Yeah.
He says, "It's going to be a great day." And he goes, "Let's get this out of the way right now because by the end of the day, it's not going to be unusual." So he goes in for a hug.
Yeah.
So you're okay, all right. This
guy's a hugger.
It's getting a little weird. Joseph invites him up to the house to kind of say, okay, let's, talk about sealing the deal and everything. So Joseph sits Aaron down. He starts telling him the reason why he wants to be filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is, he says, I had liver cancer, spread to my lungs, had chemo treatment, knocked it out.
I'm a rock star.
Super great.
Yeah.
But a few months later, I started getting dizzy spells. I started feeling unwell again. So I went in, doctors found a baseball-sized tumor in my brain. Inoperable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to die. They say I've got like 2 or 3 months. But my wife is pregnant. He says, did you ever see My Life with Michael Keaton, where Michael Keaton was dying and he wanted to leave a video diary for his unborn son? Well, that's what I want to do, right? So he says, all you need to do is just film me. You don't need to make me look good. You don't need to make me look better than I am. Just film me, warts and all.
Being me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Aaron agrees. He's like, oh, okay, fine.
Sounds good.
You can hear a little reluctance in his voice. It seems kind of weird,
yeah.
But he agrees anyway. Joseph, he looks like he had just gotten back from a run or some sort of exercise. He's wearing some running pants and a kind of a windbreaker. So Joseph says, okay, I'm going to go get in the tub. So Aaron, of course, waits downstairs, and Joseph kind of peeks his head around the stairs and says, oh, come on up. And Aaron, okay, whatever.
This has gone from good to really bad.
Follows Joseph into the bathroom, and there's Joseph already starting to undress. And he says, no, come in. He said, this isn't weird. This is fine. We're just going to get in the tub. He goes, I'm really, not us get in the tub. Yeah. I'm going to get in the tub, and you're going to film me in the tub. So Aaron says, okay, fine, whatever. He's taking it really well.
Yeah.
So Joseph explains to the camera.
Trying to keep an open mind.
Right.
Yeah.
So Joseph explains to the camera like he's talking to his son, or unborn child, I should say. And he says, when I was a young child, I used to have what we called tubby time with my dad. I used to love it. Greatest part of my day. So he kind of mimics and pretends like he's got his child with. He lifts this invisible child up, puts this invisible child in the water, teasing and blah, 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 parent-child, playfulness, banter, all that sort of stuff. Kind of at the end of tubby time, Joseph...
Tubby time.
Right? It's such an innocuously innocent but creepy term all in one. So at the end of tubby time, Joseph, he kind of turns real morose. And he looks at the camera and talks directly to the camera, but he's talking to Aaron about how life is futile and it's going to end. And maybe I should just end it right now. So he puts himself underwater and just as if he's drowning himself. Mm-hmm. So Aaron's kind of freaking out like, oh my God, Joseph. And then Joseph pops up out of the water, starts laughing. He goes, oh, it's just a joke. Okay, you know what? Maybe it was in bad taste. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm really sorry. And you'll find this is a theme with Joseph. He's very apologetic, very manipulative.
He's trying to test Aaron's resolve.
Yeah, test his boundaries.
Yeah, test his boundaries. Almost like a child.
Yeah. Joseph says, okay, let's go outside. Let's ease the tension. Go get some fresh air. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's kind of chilly outside. I see you got a thin jacket on. There's some heavier jackets in the guest closet. So Aaron goes to the guest closet. And this closet, it's kind of a closet. It doesn't have a door. It's just got like a curtain. Mm-hmm. Aaron pulls back the curtain and staring right in his face is this wolf, this kind of weird looking wolf mask.
Yeah.
And it freaks Aaron out. He kind of loses his shit for just a second, kind of a jump scare.
Yeah, because it scared him. Yeah.
So at that point, Joseph's like, oh my God. Oh, I see okay. Let me explain. He said, this is Peach Fuzz.
This is Peach Fuzz.
Yeah.
Peach Fuzz. Yes, you heard us right.
Leia, do you want to tell us about Peach Fuzz?
Oh, well, Peach Fuzz is just a wolf mask.
The friendly wolf.
A friendly wolf mask.
Right?
Yes.
Joseph explains that Peach Fuzz was a character created by his dad. His dad would put on this mask and he would dance around and sing a song about how friendly Peach Fuzz is. And there's nothing to fear from Peach Fuzz. He's the friendly wolf, even though this mask is friggin' terrifying.
It's terrifying, yes.
He does this little song and dance for his child on video. Finally, okay, they're like, all right, let's go. Let's go outside.
You know that Peach Fuzz mask, you can actually purchase that mask.
Can you?
Yeah, it's Forum Novelties mask. It's called Night Wolf Mask.
Oh.
On the IMDb page, there's even a product number for it. You want to buy it.
All right, cool.
So yeah,
everyone can have
a pretty,
their own Peach Fuzz.
it's
probably
not
popular now. It probably wasn't before.
Probably more popular now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get in Joseph's car and they drive to like a state park kind of area.
Okay.
And along the way, Joseph tells this story that he and his wife had heard from a Mexican woman who ran a taco truck.
He's full of stories. He's
yes.
super charismatic, tells stories, and you're very, very invested in him because it's interesting.
He's the kind of guy that you would find sitting on a porch who always has a new story. Every time you go see him, he's got a new story.
And you got to listen because you're like, this is going to be good.
So he tells this story of a place called Las Aguas Milagros de Corazon. He says it's called the Miracle Waters of the Heart. They get on the trail and they start hiking through the trail. This is where things start getting, not that things weren't uncomfortable already.
They've been uncomfortable this whole time,
But Joseph kind of runs off down the trail. And Aaron can't find him.
Aaron's like, the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He kind of sighs and he kind of trudges along like, oh my God, this guy. And as he's walking along, Joseph like pops out from behind a log and jump scares Aaron again. Starts laughing at him. Joseph really loves scaring Aaron.
He does, I think he just likes scaring
just
people.
Really loves that jump scare.
Yeah.
He says, okay, you know what, Aaron, what you just experienced was a near-death experience. That's what it's like to know you're going to die. Okay.
Whoa.
At this point, I'm walking back down that trail.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm over it. But he says, okay, look, just a little bit more and we'll find what we're looking for. So Aaron somehow again forgives the man and continues along. Maybe the $1,000 is really necessary for his life.
And you get the impression Aaron's a really nice person.
You really,
which
yes.
ends up being very pivotal in the film, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he is just a very genuinely kind person.
Yeah, he's just a better friend than I would probably be.
Yes, yeah.
They continue walking along the trail, and then this is when Joseph turns to Aaron kind of as he's walking. He says, hey, I got a question. I want you to answer me honestly. When you showed up at my cabin and you saw that axe out front, for a minute, did you think maybe I was going to kill you with it? And Aaron just kind of laughs a little bit, and he goes, well, yeah, but that's before I knew you. And Joseph just gets a kick out of it.
And just
Joseph
for a minute,
loves
for a second.
Joseph just starts laughing riotous. He loves the idea.
Yeah.
But almost directly after that, Joseph kind of runs off again, but not out of Aaron's eye shot this time. He says, hey, Aaron, check this out. Check this. And he kind of points over a ridge. And when Aaron gets up there to look down, there's this giant kind of rocky area. And in this rocky area, with a stream running through it, there's a very heart-shaped erosion in this big rock. Aaron's like, oh my God, it's a heart. This is what you were talking. It makes his story click. Mm-hmm. They go down into the water and they kind of dip their toes in.
Well, I'm thinking Aaron at this point is thinking, all right, well, this guy's crazy, but he's got interesting stories, and some of them are actually true.
Yeah, he's a wild guy, and okay, you know what? Maybe I should believe him. This story was true after all. They dip their toes in the water, and obviously, who knows, maybe originally they were supposed to fully immerse in the water because they just kind of dip toes in, but it's fucking cold out. Yeah. So I'm sure they're not going to dip themselves in this cold ass water.
Totally, yeah.
So anyway, after a bit of kind of playing in the water, Joseph says, hey, look, listen, I think we need food.
I know this fantastic pancake joint.
So he says,
they have the best pancakes, and my dad used to take me here all the time.
Yes, Billy Bear's.
Yes.
Billy Bear's, the diner, has the best pancakes.
Best pancakes.
The next scene, you see Joseph with the menu, and he's looking over the menu, and he goes, oh, what's good here?
I wonder what's good here.
Yeah.
And Aaron's like, wait,
whoa,
thought you said you've been here before. Well, yeah, there's new stuff on the menu all the time, so
he goes, but obviously the pancakes are the thing.
The thing. That's what you get here.
In the next shot, you see these pancakes that Joseph is eating, and they're the most plain-ass, Bisquick-made pancakes.
Yeah,
There's nothing to them. There's barely any syrup or butter or anything on the plate. It's just these plain-ass friggin' pancakes.
Normal-looking pancakes.
Yeah. How could they be the signature of this diner, right? Maybe something's not adding up. But they kind of get in this conversation of Joseph asks Aaron if he's ever done anything he's ashamed of. And Aaron kind of relays when he was younger, having had bladder control issues.
Oh, yeah. As young kids sometimes
As they do.
Yeah.
But he says, that was kind of my big ashamed moment.
Yeah.
And then Joseph holds up his cell phone and he starts scrolling through these photos.
It gets like, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
They're pictures of Aaron
when
he showed up at the cabin. So he's waiting all that time for him.
Yeah.
When it turns out Joseph was just taking pictures of him the whole time.
And Joseph just has this dead, cold, stone look on his face.
It's creepy.
While he's showing off these photos. Yeah.
Like he's just enjoying this. Oh, yeah.
And Aaron's...
this. Look at these pictures.
Yeah,
you liked it?
Exactly. So Joseph says, okay, listen, I have to apologize. I took these pictures of you. And Aaron asks him, why? Why'd you do it?
Why did you do that?
And Joseph says, I don't know. He goes, but, to be honest, I was feeling kind of nervous about meeting a stranger. And I felt that if I knew you better, maybe I'd feel more comfortable. So this was my way of getting to know you before I got to know you. Okay, that's fucking weird.
All right.
Right? Some pictures from a distance, how's that going to get you to know me?
I think Aaron's also then thinking like, well, okay, so guy's a little eccentric.
He's eccentric and
but,
weird, but,
some people are.
Right? Really enjoyed his pancakes.
Yeah.
So Aaron...
He's nice otherwise.
Yeah. So that kind of wraps up and they get back to the cabin and it's dark now. It's nighttime. But now Aaron, I think, has had enough. He says, Joseph, I'm sorry, I got to go. It's a long drive down the hill. It's dark out. And Joseph says, okay, wait, I understand. I get it. But let's come inside, have one drink to celebrate our day together, and you can go. Mm-hmm. And Aaron, being the nice guy he is.
The super nice person he is.
Says, oh, okay, fine. Let's go in. Let's have a drink. So they have a drink. Joseph talks about how, look, I've got a lot of money. I've got money for days. Money I don't need. I'm going to be dead soon. I don't need this much money. He goes, but you do. And Aaron, look in your boot. There's a check. So Aaron checks his boot, and obviously there's nothing. And Joseph starts laughing again. He goes, obviously, there's no check in your boot. But he said the fact that you checked means you need money. Mm-hmm. I've got money. We can work out some details. We don't need to talk about it now. Let's just have a few drinks, celebrate our time together, and we'll call it a day. And we'll talk about the details later. So Aaron agrees, of course. And then Joseph gets into this story. And he says, okay, I've not been truthful to you about Peach Fuzz. So I got to tell you what the real story behind Peach Fuzz is. And I mean, as a viewer, you're like, okay, you just told me this was your dad's thing, right? Mm-hmm. Now he says, a few months ago, my internet was getting slow. And I talked to a buddy who's a techie, and he said, you know what, maybe your browser history is too full, and that's slowing down your internet. That's not the way the internet works. It doesn't work like that. Aaron's not thinking of this, and Joseph just doesn't know better.
Either, yeah.
So Joseph says, I checked my browser history, and it was full of pornography. Worst of all, Aaron, it was animal pornography. He goes, and I know I wasn't watching animal pornography, and there's only two people who use that computer, me and my wife. Obviously, my wife was watching animal pornography, and I was distraught. I lost it. I left the house, I went into town, and I went to this 99-cent store. And I saw this mask. And Leia, I'm sorry, you're not going to find that mask for 99 cents.
No, 99 cents times 10, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So he goes, I bought this mask. And by the time I got home, it was dark. But I broke into my own house wearing this mask. And I found my wife while she was sleeping, and I tied her up. And we had the most bestial, animalistic, passionate sex. And I left her tied up, and I left. But then I came back as myself, and I found my wife, and I asked her how her night was, and she said it was great. And we just never talked about it again. But then we got back home because this whole thing happened at their cabin. He said, but then we got back to our regular home, and our internet was working fine again. It was back up to speed. Mm-hmm. No more animal pornography in the history. It was solved. Now, okay, Leia, remember when he said he was wearing the Peach Fuzz mask and had this bestial animal sex? He said before he left out the window, he left her tied up. Then he said he returned again as himself, didn't mention anything about having to untie her. He just asked her about her night.
Yeah, I was going to say, we missed something there, but it's just not making sense.
The story's not adding up because it's not thought out.
Yeah.
It's just him making up shit on the fly. So he says that's the true story behind Peach Fuzz. Now, if you were Aaron, would you get the fuck out of that house?
Yeah, I'd be like, I gotta go.
If you hadn't already.
Yeah.
Right?
Aaron's just he's to a fault.
He's like, okay, you know what? Really nicely, he tries to excuse himself.
He really does want to go.
He's like, okay, I gotta go. He checks his pockets, can't find his keys. And Joseph's like, well, what the heck? Did you check your coat pocket? What about your jeans? Did you check the table? Where's your, you know what? Okay, Aaron, it's dark out. You've had some drinks. You're obviously over 0.08. If you get pulled over, you're driving illegally under the influence. It's dark outside. In the morning, listen, I got lots of beds. In the morning, this house will be flooded with daylight. You'll be sober. You can drive. We'll find your keys in the daylight. Just stay the night.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, the sweet man he is. He
the
agrees.
naive man he is.
He agrees. He's, okay, fine. So he goes, okay, well, I'll pour some more drinks for us. So he pours another round of drinks. Joseph is drinking his whiskey, and he makes a real big show out of saying, look, does this whiskey taste weird to you? He's kind of licking his teeth a little bit, licking the inside of his mouth as he's drinking. And he keeps repeating, this whiskey tastes very weird. In the next scene, we see Joseph passed out and lying in front of the fireplace, just passed the F out. And he starts kind of mumbling in his sleep about peach fuzz. And his hand just kind of goes inside his pants and he starts touching himself a little bit. And Aaron's getting real. He's like, whoa, okay, hey, Joseph, kind of trying to rouse him a little bit, but he's not waking up. Aaron figures Joseph must just be out, right? So he kind of goes into Joseph's pocket and pulls out a phone. And the phone just almost immediately starts ringing, just coincidence. And Aaron kind of, panic. Oh, God, okay. So he tries to silence the phone. He runs into the bathroom. And he answers the phone.
Joseph's phone.
He answers Joseph's phone. On the other end of the line, there's a woman's voice. Now, previously, Joseph had mentioned his wife's name was Angela.
Yeah.
So Aaron, he goes, hello? Hey, Angela? Is this Angela? And she goes, yes. Where's Joseph? And Aaron says, well, he's sleeping. He can't come to the phone right now. She goes, I need to talk to my brother. And who's this? And he goes, well, this is Aaron. Your brother hired me to film him. And she goes, hey.
Brother? I thought this was his wife.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's confused. He's like, well, your brother, I thought this was your husband. And she goes, no, my brother is very disturbed. He's very confused. He's not well.
Something's wrong with him.
She goes, you need to leave.
Yeah.
Right now. Just
now.
Get out of the house.
Yeah. Start
walking. Don't come back. Don't turn around. Just leave and start walking and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And he says, whoa, am I in danger?
Yeah. This is the first thought that you had that you were in danger?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously?
She goes, just give me the address of where you are and leave. I'll take care of everything else. Just give me the address and go. They hang up.
Which is also weird because you'd think that she would know what address it is if it was really his cabin and that they stay there all the time.
Yes.
She would know that.
Obviously, she doesn't know where Joseph is. And Joseph's her brother, not her husband.
Yeah.
She knows he's disturbed.
So things are definitely
and unwell.
weird. Yeah.
Aaron leaves the bathroom expecting to leave. Before he can get to the front door, he sees that Joseph's no longer lying in front of the fireplace. He's gone.
Yeah.
But he sees the back patio door ajar, the sliding door. So Aaron, rather than going to the front door, opens the sliding patio door, walks out on the patio, and he's looking around for Joseph, doesn't see him. And then suddenly again, once of course, Joseph shows up behind him and he says, death. And Aaron turns around spooked. And Joseph says, it's coming. It's coming for us all. And he starts crying, really inconsolable. He says, I don't want to die here. I don't want to die. He starts crying to Aaron and takes Aaron in an embrace again, emotionally manipulating poor Aaron once more.
Yes. Who seems to be very susceptible to this.
Yeah. So then Aaron says, hey, I talked to your sister. I know what's going on. You need help. I understand the whole deal. And then Joseph just books it through the house. Just takes off running through the house. At that point, I'd jump off this damn deck and I'd be out of there. Yeah. I wouldn't even bother going back through the house. But Aaron goes back through the house. And when he gets to the front door, there's Joseph. Leia, what's he wearing as he's standing in front of the door?
Peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz. And he's just sort of standing there stoic, not saying anything, not moving, not doing anything.
That's a whole lot of fuck no for me.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I'd be running back up the stairs.
No, thank you. I'm out of here.
Still, if I hadn't dove off that deck yet, I'd do that right now. But as Aaron keeps talking to Joseph, Joseph starts gyrating a little bit in front of the door and he starts growling and making these animalistic noises. He suddenly lunges at Joseph and you can hear a tussle and the screen goes black. And then the next scene, you see Joseph hauling some black garbage bags up kind of a wooden hill, essentially. And then he starts digging.
You're left to assume
Yeah.
Based on that he killed Aaron.
Yeah, you're assuming that he's probably killed Aaron, chopped him up, and put him in these bags. Going to bury them. But the camera turns away from this scene, like the camera was focused on a TV or something, a monitor, where it was recording this video that had been playing. And then you see Aaron. It's daylight. Aaron's at home in his own apartment, or his own home. I guess it's not an apartment.
So that was video footage.
Yes.
So somebody was watching that video.
So Aaron was watching this video of Joseph carrying these bags because he explains, after our tussle, I got away. I don't know where Joseph went. He just ran away. He said, and I came home, and a few days after I got home, I got this DVD in the mail of Joseph digging this hole with all these garbage bags. Because I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I can make some assumptions.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling really unsettled. So Aaron goes to sleep again. The next day, he wakes up and finds a large box on his front porch. So he's like, oh, God, not again. So he takes the box, opens it up, and inside, there's another DVD and a kitchen knife.
And a stuffed wolf.
Yeah, the stuffed wolf he doesn't find immediately.
Okay.
Which you think he would. Because it'd be pretty obvious.
Be in the box, yeah.
But he pulls out this
the
DVD
knife I wouldn't have found before I found the wolf.
You'd think.
Yeah.
So he puts the DVD in and watches it. It's Joseph. He's apologizing and he says, hey, look, I feel like I was having an emotional response to everything that you had done. So that's why I sent that video of me digging. And I really shouldn't have done that. I understand. There's something else. You should pause this video now and check further in the box if you haven't found the other item yet. So that's when he pauses it and finds this stuffy.
Yeah, you can see
wolf.
Like the exacerbation in his face. Like,
Aaron's like, oh my God.
Kidding me.
So he resumes the video. Joseph says, okay, look, I saw this stuffed wolf and I immediately thought of you.
It reminded me of you.
Yeah. Wolves, they're lone creatures, but they sometimes hurt and kill the things they love. They have murder in them.
Yeah.
He said, after I had surprised you and jumped out at you from the log, from behind the log, in the woods, I saw murder in your eyes. So the wolf made me think of you. He said, and you know what? Don't be afraid to kill the wolf. Take that knife and kill that wolf.
Yes. And you'll find something.
Right. A lot of beautiful stuff inside.
Yeah.
Surprise. Aaron, again, completely exasperated. Like you had said, he stops the video.
He goes to stab the wolf and he's like, nah. And he ends up just ripping it open. Yeah.
And inside, Leia, what's he find?
A locket.
A locket.
And when he opens the locket,
it's a picture of Aaron.
And Joseph.
So, and then on the back of the locket, it's A+J forever.
Yeah, it's extra creepy. It's that's a creep factor that it's times 10.
Yeah.
That's stalker behavior.
Yeah, exactly. The scene cuts to Aaron in the middle of the night. He had just heard some noises. So he starts turning on lights everywhere around his house. Filming again, trying to see if he can find whatever the noise was. And as he's kind of parading around his house, or whoever's here, blah, all these. Yeah. As he walks off screen, you see Joseph standing in the doorway of his front door. His front door it's not like a solid wood door or anything. It's like a screen door almost. And Joseph's just standing there. As Aaron is coming back, before Aaron can see him, he kind of ducks and takes off.
Yeah.
But Aaron sees movement. He's like, whoa, the hell is that? So he goes look outside the front door. He looks all around his neighborhood, doesn't see anybody. Comes around the back and he sees that his garbage can's tipped over and he goes, oh, fucking raccoons. So he's chalking this up to raccoons now.
Sure. Because
that just seems more sensible, right? That's what you would have done. It'd be
logical, yeah.
Aaron goes back to sleep, and this time, the camera turns on again. But this time, Aaron is fully sleeping. And
so creepy.
The camera picks up, and it kind of pans down Aaron's body and pans back up again. You see a pair of hands kind of come on screen and snip a bit of Aaron's hair and kind of pull away, and then the camera shuts off again. So the next morning, Aaron wakes up, and he picks up the camera, and he says, okay, this is getting really ridiculous now. I woke up to find this DVD sitting on my windowsill and my window screen has been cut open. Feeling especially not happy about it.
It would be very unsettling, to say the least.
Yeah. Again, it plays this video that he had just found. I think it was labeled My Last Video. So he plays this video and once again it's Joseph at this park with the Heart Rock. And he says, hey, listen, when I dug through your trash and I found the DVD of me digging, I understood that. I understand why you'd throw that away. I get it. When you threw away the locket, that really hurt me. I made that especially for you.
Yeah. And it's all adding up now. Yeah. Aaron's like, oh my God.
Yeah. So he's like, listen, I want one last chance to apologize to you. Just hear me out, please. I'm a lonely man. I'm disturbed. I need help.
You're the only friend I've ever had.
Yeah, I've burned all my bridges with my family and my old friends. I've got nobody. You're my last chance at a friend. Just come meet me here. Meet me at Lake Gregory tomorrow at 11 a.m. This will be it. It's public. It's open. You'll be safe here, right? Leia,
Public. In the daylight.
would you go?
No.
No.
Not after all that.
I
no.
wouldn't either. But
I'd call the cops and tell him where he's going to be.
Aaron's a fucking saint.
Yeah.
So Aaron shows up. You see the camera set up. It's kind of a distance, but there's a park bench front of a body of water. And you see Aaron sitting on this park bench.
You see him walk to the park bench, kind of looks around.
Yep. Sits down.
And then he decides to sit down. He's just sitting there looking out.
Yeah. There's a chainsaw in the distance. And you see Aaron kind of look around at a chainsaw, but it's a distance. It's a ways
somebody's cutting something down.
So he just kind of gets back to watching the lake. Shortly thereafter, a man in a long coat and
peach fuzz mask
starts kind of creeping his way up behind Aaron.
Yeah. And this is where I was like, thinking, well, can't he hear that? But then I remembered the chainsaw noise.
There's noises going on all around. So he sneaks up and from his coat, he pulls out
an axe.
A
large axe. Yeah. Oh, the same axe.
The very same.
In the beginning of the film. Yeah.
The one that he asked Aaron if he thought Joseph was going to kill him with.
Yes.
He raises it up over his head.
And
thunk.
Splat.
Right into his damn brain.
Yep.
Aaron falls over and Joseph just keeps chopping.
Over. Yep.
And then the video, once again, the camera pulls away from what we were watching to show Joseph. Like Joseph was recording this video on a monitor. So it's monitors on videos on monitors on videos. Joseph talks to the camera as if he's talking to Aaron, who obviously is dead already.
Yeah.
He mumbles something about, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what the hell are you talking about? And he goes, Aaron, the number of times I've watched this movie, this encounter, I got to say, I applaud you for setting up the camera as a safety precaution and having your phone set to speed dial
for the
police.
Yep.
Very smart moves.
Yeah.
But Aaron, I got to know, I'm disappointed. Why didn't you look around?
Why didn't you check to see if I was coming?
Why didn't you turn around?
Yeah.
He says, but I realized after watching this, I know now why you never turned around. Because you're a good person.
Yeah.
You didn't look around because you're the greatest person that ever lived.
Yeah.
Really hyperbole, man.
Yeah.
He says, no matter what I did to you, you always believed I was good.
Yeah. And I can't think of any way that Aaron would have been able to not had seen this fate.
Yeah.
But I could tell that Joseph found that this encounter was different than a lot of his other encounters.
Yeah. He says, and that's why I'll always love you, Aaron. That's why you'll always be my most favorite of them all.
Yeah, of them.
The camera shuts off again, and then we're treated to one last scene where it's a man walking through a house.
Yep.
You see feet walking through a house with a camera, and you hear a phone being answered. And you can hear Joseph's voice. And he answers, this time with the name of Bill. And he says, oh, the job, all it requires is that you have a video, yourself, and 8 hours of your time.
Yeah. So he's setting up his next victim.
And then you see a cabinet's opened. And there is just a cabinet full of VHSs and DVDs.
Different people's names
all
on
labeled
them.
with names, male and female.
Yeah.
And
Dylan 94.
Yeah.
Sam at the park. Like weird names on these videos.
How very sinister.
Yeah.
Like Sinister the movie.
Yeah. That's true.
Kind of insinuating that Aaron was not his first.
No.
Nor will it be his last.
Somebody's gone through this scene to see how many victims he's had. And it looks as though he had groomed and killed at least 57 people prior to Aaron.
I'd have no doubt.
And then as the viewer, you see names of at least 35 victims, some with multiple tapes.
Right.
And then you see tapes for maybe a further 22 or so where the names are not even visible.
Right.
So, I mean, there's at least 57 victims.
Yeah, you have to assume that he's been doing this a long time.
He's been doing it a while. Yeah. And somehow getting away with it. I mean, he chops Aaron right in the park.
Assuming different identities and likely taking different homes. And that really makes me wonder, though, when Angela said, hey, is Joseph there?
Yeah.
Was Joseph the name of the person whose house he killed and took the cabin from? Or was Joseph, the man we know as Joseph, really her brother? It's tough to tell.
It's hard to say.
Because maybe it turned out that the man we know as Joseph killed the person who lived there, whose name was Joseph, And he was also perhaps deranged.
Yeah.
And his sister was trying to check up on him.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? This guy had nothing about him was true.
No, he was fake from the get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which made his charisma even creepier.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
it's the moral of the story. Don't trust anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't trust anyone.
Especially from Craigslist.
Yeah, especially from Craigslist.
But yeah, I mean, this film, I really loved this film the very first time I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had seen it when our oldest son had just been born shortly before. This was a 2014 movie. Our oldest son was born in 2013. So I think there was a point where I was trying to get him to sleep, and this film got optioned through Blumhouse to be distributed by Paramount or Universal or something. But they wanted more commitment to more films and to increase the marketing budget to like $20 million or some really insane number. Patrick Brice and Mark Duplass didn't want that sort of agreement. They wanted to kind of do their own distribution. So they brought this to Netflix. And then Netflix distributed it through their streaming service, obviously, with much fewer restrictions on the two guys as far as their IP goes. I watched it while you were at work one day. I said, Leia, you got to watch this movie. And, I think you also liked it from the jump.
I did. Yeah. It's just something, okay, no secret. If you've been listening to us, I like found footage films.
Oh, yeah.
So that also had a jump on it already. But also, again, this film didn't give you a lot of answers.
Right.
Which just makes it interesting because you're like, what is going on? Who is this guy? Where did he come from? You're never going to know.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to know.
No, that's the whole purpose.
That's the whole purpose. So it kind of captivates you as you're watching it like that. This guy is crazy.
Yeah,
what's he going to do next?
Weird, man. And this film did go on to get a sequel.
Yep.
It also did go on to just recently receive a series through Netflix.
Which we have yet to watch.
We still haven't seen.
It's coming up.
We still haven't seen The Creep Tapes, is what it's called.
Yes.
But that's one we do have to get around to watching at some point. Here's this grand horror film that wasn't originally supposed to be a horror film. Do we call it more of like a psychological thriller?
I think it is
probably.
more in that genre.
Yeah. I mean, if you consider serial killers a horror, then yeah, I suppose maybe. But it can also function perfectly fine.
It's not blood around every corner or anything like that. The only gross scene is like at the very end.
Yep.
And even that is from a very far distance. And you don't really hear or see. You see it, but you don't really see it.
You get a real muted thunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little film about manipulation of emotions and abuse of trust.
Yes.
And just
and
social
the
awkwardness.
lesson in life that you should never be that nice.
Right.
Stay on your guard.
Be a jerk to everybody.
And don't believe everything everybody says.
Right. Especially on the internet.
Yeah.
All right. Leia, do you have anything else to say about this film?
Nope, just that you should all go see it.
Absolutely. This is a high recommendation from us.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you for your time again this week.
Yeah.
And Leia, of course, thank you.
Thank you. Always a good time.
Of course. And we'll see you all next week on
What You Did Say
From
the Movie Theater Lobby.
Bye.
Bye-bye.